Hello guys, what's going on? In this lecture we will learn how to create a React application with Node.js and how to add a calendar using FullCalendar. FullCalendar, this plugin. And as you can see, they have a full documentation. You can also buy a premium version, but it's not necessary at all. They have also plugins for React. I'm not sure how to find it in here, but they have here third party. So we will be using this. So let's get started. First, I will go to desktop, my htdocs. Let me take a look. Yeah, so I already have made this folder, FullCalendar React tutorial. I will open WebStorm. This is the ID that I'm using, but you can also use VS Code. And we will create a folder called server. And in this folder, we will open a terminal. CD server. And I will say yarn init sy. Here we go. And then here we will say yarn add express mongoose body parser, and that's it. And also nodeman. Yarn add nodeman. And while it's downloading, I'm going to make a new JavaScript file called server.js. I will say const express equals require express, and then const mongoose equals require mongoose, and const body parser equals require body parser, const app equals express app.use body parser JSON, and I will also add body env. So at the top of this file I will say require env dot config, and in the server folder I will create a new file called env, and I will say MongoDB URI equals MongoDB localhost 27017, and I will call FullCalendar tutorial mongoose dot connect process env MongoDB URI, and here we will say use unified topology true, use URL new URL parser to true, and here we will say callback. I will say console log connected to MongoDB, and here we will say app.listen on port 5000, and callback console log server started, and here we will have a directory called controllers and a JavaScript file called calendar controller.js, and here we'll say const router equals to require express dot router module exports equals router, and here we will have router dot post create event sync rec res, and we also need a model, so here we will say models and create an event model const mongoose require mongoose const event schema equals mongoose.schema, and this will have start, which is the date, end, which is the date, and title, which is a string. And here we'll say const event equals mongoose model, and it will be called event, takes an event schema, and module exports event. And here in calendar controller we will say event equals require models event, and here we'll say const event equals event, and this will take rect.body, and we will await event.save and rest.send status of 201, and then we'll have router get events sync rec res, and here we'll say const event equals await event that find start is greater than equal to, wait, we actually need a yarn add moment, we need moment, and this will be moment rec query start to date, and end will be less than equal moment. Let me just save so it reformats. Rig query end to date recent events. And this is the server. Now let's create our well, this will be for server. And now let's create React app called client. Start will be NodeMon server.js. So let's go again and start again. NodeMon server.js. Server started. And we also need to include this route here. So let's say app.use API calendar require controllers calendar controller. There we go. Okay guys, so React has installed successfully, and now we will go into the client, and then we will install these packages: yarn, add, and then FullCalendar React and FullCalendar day grid with add in the beginning. And we will also need React model. Copy this. Now yarn add React model, and also React datetime. I found this plugin to be the best for dates. Yarn add React datetime. We will need to say this in client source app.js, like so, and then this, and this will be root. This is the same as this div ID of root. Need to be here, and from here I will delete everything. And I will delete this and this. I create a new directory called components. And here I will create a new file called calendar.jsx. Import React from React. Export default function, return section, and here we will get these two, paste, and here we will place these. Here I will import calendar from component calendar, and just go like this, and then React datetime needs to be imported. Clean up. Now we can say yarn start. Actually, before that, I will go to package.json and say proxy HTTP local host port 5000, and then yarn start. And here we go, we have a calendar. So now we will create the functionality to add a event. So button, add event, and then components, new JavaScript file, add event model .jsx, import React from React, export default function, and this will say is open, unclose, on event added, and that's it. We will return and then create a model. Actually, with this package we need to import the manually. There is no auto completion, but it's fine. It's very good model. Is open, and this is called on request close, unclose, and then here we will say form unsubmit, and here we'll just have a input. We need a title, placeholder, title, value, title, on change, event, set title, target value. So here we will have title, set title, use state, and we will also need start, end, set start, set end, and this will be new date. And this will also be new date. Here we will have const unsubmit, and this not be event, a sync event. This will just be event. And it will say event prevent default. It will say an event added, and then title, start, end, and at the end we will say unclose. So here we will need to say import datetime from datetime, and here we'll have datetime value start and change date set start date. Actually, let me just have it here so it's clear. Label start date, and then copy this, paste, and here is set end, also because I multi selected it, and button add event. I will not go over styling because it's irrelevant here. And here we will have a state called just modal open, set modal open use state false. And under here we will have add event modal is open, modal open, unclose, set modal open false, and unevent added event the same unevent added, passing the event. So const unevent added will take event, and here we will need to go over some API. So here is calendar API. We will need a ref, so const calendar ref equals use ref. Oh, use ref no, and this will take a ref, calendar ref, as the first step, and then we will need this calendar API calendar ref calendar ref without this because it's a functional component, and here API we will have add event and then event. So let's take a look if it works. Okay, so we will need to say cd client yarn add moment. Okay, so we have this page and we have add event button. Click on it, nothing happens because we didn't hook up the unclick event. So unclick set modal open. So we have this, but I also remembered from using my that it has to be style position relative and z index 0. There we go. Now let's save a time like so, and end date. Let's take a look at like 10 p.m. an event, and here we go. We have an event here. So now let's save it to the database, because if we refresh, it's gone. So for this to happen, we need to say event add event handle event add event, and this function will create here will be an async function. Just rename to data. We will say Axios at post. We need Axios. Import Axios from Axios. Axios.post. API calendar create event and data.event. This needs to be awaited. Then I install Axios. Yarn add Axios. And while we're doing this, we can also do something else, because when the calendar first loads, it will fire an event called date set, and this will be a date, and we'll have handle date set date, and a sync function handle date set data, and here we will have, we also need events, set events, use state, empty array, and here we will say const response equals await axios.get API calendar get events, and here we'll have start equals to, so import moment from moment, and say moment data at start to iso string, and also and end equals to moment data.end to iso string, and here we will say set events response of data, and here we will have events. Now let's take a look how this works. Hello world, start date, end date, 10, add event. Now let's see if everything worked. No, it didn't. Let's take a look why. Okay, so I will say like this: start moment event start to date end moment event end to date title event.title. something. This will be 6. Here we go. Check database. Here we go. Now if we refresh, we have the event here. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and subscribe and like if you like this video. Thank you for watching, and I welcome any comments. See you guys. Have a nice day.